Good morning, everyone.
Can you all hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, if you could speak up a little bit louder.
Absolutely. I'll use my outdoor voice.
Thank
So we'll
you.
do a, absolutely. We'll have a roll call. Barry. Hubbardston. Ocam. Here. Rutland is here. Warren.
Present, Jim Ferrara.
Auburn.
Is it Oxford?
No, I'm sorry, Auburn.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Charlton.
County Board.
Bird. Now it's your turn.
Here.
Who's here?
Spencer.
Here.
Sturbridge.
Here.
And Sutton. Was here.
here.
There he is. Okay, we have a four of the April. Motion to approve and then any discussion?
So moved.
Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor? Roll call. Barry? Hubbardston? Ocam?
Yes.
Rutland? Yes. Warren?
Yes,
Auburn? Charlton?
Yes.
Oxford?
Yes.
Spencer?
Aye.
Sturbridge?
Yes.
And Sutton?
Yes.
Great. Minutes are approved. I'll just take a quick minute and just say that the fact that they created a script means either there was a vote of no confidence or we just want to make sure these meetings move along as quickly as possible. Either way, brilliant. Okay, support and service coordinator. The hiring process approval. We know we've posted the position for the support service coordinator. Now we have to move forward and talk about how we want to do the interview and review process. The proposed motion is to authorize the executive director to proceed with the hiring process for the support service coordinator position. Is there any discussion? Is there a motion to approve and any discussion?
I'll make the motion with discussion.
Great, thank you.
Did we receive the grant for this already?
We have not yet.
Did you have a timeline?
June 25th was last year's award. So expecting.
Wait, for the service coordinator position?
Yep.
This is separate than the additional funding that you received for 911.
Correct. Yes. Yep. Also, so what I sent out, 8126, administrative positions. That policy is the hiring process that I put together. And so hopefully everybody had the time to review that. That is a process that I drafted. So I'm open to any modifications if need be. This technically goes for agenda item number 4 and 5. Technically, the support service coordinator and the district job as well.
Jim's got his hand up. What's up, Jim?
hi, good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. I did have a chance to review this and I think that this is, it's a good step forward in the fact that we are reducing something to writing to have a clear policy. One of the two, concerns that I have is number one, this particular position, the grant has not been awarded yet. So maybe we could, revisit this particular hiring processes if and when the grant is awarded to the district. Maybe we could table this until then. And then with regards to the other agenda item, the actual processes, when it comes to the hiring of dispatchers, that type of support, I have full confidence in Mike and in Liz to make the correct decisions in what is in the best interest of the district. However, when it comes to managerial positions outside of dispatch positions, I think that we can, we should allow Mike to do a process of vetting, a process of interviewing, and then making a recommendation to the board, and then having the board, give its final stamp of approval, if you will. That would be my recommendation to the board.
Thank you with that, Bream.
through the chair. I agree with some of what Jen said. The only thing that I would caution on is I would love to have this process already completed for July 1. So when we do have that notification, that we can go ahead and do a conditional offer letter to this person. Myself and Liz need the support person as soon as possible. Delaying this is just going to further put myself and Liz further back in this whole transitional process. We've been looking for this support for a while, and I think just further delaying this is just going to further push us back and possibly delay future transitions.
So is the proposal then to vet the candidates with a conditional that would be part of that interview process, that if the grant funding was not made available, that the position would not, there would be no offer?
Correct.
Jim, would that address the first part of your question? The first
Yeah,
part of your concern?
I think it would. I'm not 100% convinced that it would be a major setback for us, given the fact that we are going to have a board meeting in June. If that's the way in which the director wants to pursue that, then I will take his advice on that. However, I think it is, it gets difficult when you say, great, you got the position, but it's contingent upon a grant, and people get confused and don't understand all of that. And, I would just hate to see us in a predicament where, somebody is hired and then, the grant doesn't come through, it's short, whatever the case may be. And now we've got a situation or an issue on our hands. And to caveat off of that, I really think that it's important that, Mike and Liz do their vetting, their interviewing, and then they bring a candidate with a recommendation to the board, and the board has its final approval.
Chair. Are you planning on posting this prior to receiving the grant?
It's already been posted.
That's already been
Yeah,
posted.
yeah, it's to the admin board. It is on our district website
Okay.
as well.
All right.
We have, I think, 6 applicants already.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, through the chair, and I don't know this, and this is why I'm asking, but is the posting, does it clearly state in the posting that this position is contingent upon a grant?
I'll have to revisit that job description and the job posting. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head.
Because if it doesn't, I think that poses an issue for us.
So, from that standpoint, as long as we're posting that it is grant funded and it's contingent to funding, reviewed by legal
No, negative.
would be something I think we should probably do. All of our policies, I understand there's a cost to that, but kind of just shores up anything that we're missing, we might be missing, and make sure we're solid. In terms of the board final approval, I'm on board with Jim with that. I think that's it, especially for that position, it's significant. We should always have a recommendation, you should do the vetting and whatnot, but I think we should always maintain that kind of engagement at least.
So then in section 3, how do you want to see that work then? Because the admin board was part of section 3 as part of the vetting process. They were included as well as the finance members. Would you like to see section 3 move forward then?
I guess
The admin out of it?
that would be the interview panel. I guess the final approval would rest the entire board.
So keep a member of the admin board. as
Yeah,
part of it.
I think that's fine. That doesn't.
Yep.
You getting the engagement from all the different groups. I think that's important.
So section
Mostly actually probably for the district accountant position. I think that is a position that is in, if you are treasurer, it's specified in district agreement. That aligns, is that an executive director appointment or is that?
For the treasurer and the accountant, yeah.
With what regards to what you said about the posting, it's already been posted for like a month and there's nothing in there about a grant. So I don't know how.
I would just update it. And
Yeah.
Applicants.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just, that's how I would handle that, just so they know. I don't think this position is going away in that time frame, like afterwards, because I think we're going to still need it, especially as we grow.
Right.
But in the midterm, they need to know where they stand.
Yep.
You blindside them. I wouldn't be.
Except this,
Yeah.
we haven't gotten the money.
Exactly.
You want an amendment to the motion?
So I will. Yes.
Jim, your hand is up.
So I just looked at the job description that's posted. It does not say that this position is contingent upon obtaining a grant. So, I don't want to give people a false hope and advertise something that may not happen. Although there's a good possibility that it will, and I hope that it does. But I think that we need to add an addendum immediately to the posting and to let people know that there's some type of grant that we're going after to fund this position.
I think we're all in agreement there. And I'm also acknowledging Melanie. I think you're doing, thank you. So Barry is present.
So I will amend my motion to include that the administrative board will maintain final approval for the human resources position, and depending on how the treasurer's position is worded in the regional contract, potentially. What was the other thing?
It's just interject there that
Yeah, treasurer contract.
so we want to modify section 6 selection. So that section 6 says, instead of the executive director shall make the finance plan, that the executive director shall bring.
Administrative board.
Yeah.
We'll bring a recommendation.
And a review by legal. We didn't really talk about that, but-
Is that going to be for the accountant's position as well?
So I just,
Yes.
yeah,
Well, depending on how the intermunicipal agreement plays into that, but ideally, yes.
Okay. And so the final vote will be with the board, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just to go back and answer, since question there regarding the district agreement with the treasurer and accountant. The accountant position is pretty similar with that, but within the treasurer's position, it does say the board of directors is the appointed authority for the treasurer's position. So
So we'll just roll
the
that.
support services position that's partially the treasurer, so yeah, as you guys already proposed, so just the district.
Great.
Second.
Barry,
Yes, sorry, I think my sound cut out there.
you good? Hubbardston? Ocam?
Yes.
Rutland, yes. Warren?
Can you repeat the motion there, Madam Chair? The volume's very poor.
So the amended motion would be to authorize the executive director to proceed with the hiring process for support service coordinator. Contingent upon legal review, policy, amendment to the policy, section 6, to have the executive director bring recommendations to the administrative board for final decision. To amend the job description to include the acknowledgement that it's conditional upon notification of the existing 6 candidates that it is grant funded. I think that's it.
Heather,
What did I
Okay.
miss?
Heather, the
Yeah, that's
sound
everything.
is cutting in and out. I think it's on your end.
Okay,
Just an FYI.
How's it now?
is it better now?
That's better.
Well, we'll see as you keep talking because we'll hear
Okay.
you talking and all of a sudden you cut out for a couple words.
Okay, so to recap, that we will amend the motion to authorize the executive director to proceed with the hiring process for support services position contingent upon an amendment to section 6 of the policy that directs the executive director to bring a recommendation to the administrative board for the administrative board's final decision. To have legal review the policy as amended. To update the existing job description that is posted or the job advertisement that is posted to ensure that it states that it is conditional upon grant funding, to notify the current candidates in writing that it is conditional upon grant funding.
Can I just ask one question about that? I'm so sorry to
It's
stop
okay.
you, Your Honor. But in the future, we talked about how this was gonna be a budgeted provision, so if we don't forget, okay, so just for, so it
Yeah.
can say that specifically, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
We just want to make sure that think that the intent behind this
Yes, yeah.
recommendation is to make sure that as you're vetting the current candidates, that everybody is on the same page, that this is a conditional offer pending a grant award.
I just wanted to make sure that with it being in the job description, it can't be held later on. when-
I'm sorry, I misspoke. When I said job description, I hopefully amended myself to say the job advertisement.
Okay.
So with those additions to the amendment, with those additions to the motion, I think we have a motion and a second.
Yeah, I made the motion and made the second.
Yep.
You second.
So we're at roll call vote. Barry was a yes. Hubbardston is not present. Ocam was a yes. Rutland is a yes. And we're with Warren.
Warren's a yes.
Great. Auburn, you joined. Charlton,
Yes.
Oxford,
Yes.
Spencer,
Aye.
Sturbridge,
Yes.
and Sutton.
Yes.
Great. Did we include item 5 in that same conversation, or do we want to have
No,
a separate vote for our, for?
just from how the hiring practice, we talked about it, but not the actual.
Okay. Great. So motion, is to consider how we would want to, direct the executive director, hire the accountant, and authorize the executive director to proceed with the hiring process.
So moved.
Discussion?
The candidate's looking for this one, Mike.
I'll tell you 2 seconds here. We have three candidates as of right now.
This is not.
This one is not. This is built into the current budget right now.
Jim?
Yeah, I would just, this is for the treasurer, I mean, this is for the accountant's position? Right.
Correct.
Okay, so if we could follow suit with the same process, I think that would be, I think that would be consistent with what we've done with the other position, and consistent with what potentially is in our agreement with the treasurer, that, Mike would, do the vetting and interviewing and then bring a candidate forward for consideration to the board.
I think we're all in agreement with that, Jim.
Okay.
Administrative leadership positions.
Yeah.
Great. Any other discussion? Hearing none. We'll take a vote. Barry,
Aye.
Hubbardston, Cam,
Yes.
Rutland is a yes. Warren,
Yes.
Auburn, Charlton,
Yes.
Oxford,
Yes.
Spencer,
Aye.
Sturbridge,
Yes.
and Sutton.
Yes.
Great. Item 6, the FY 27 budget update. Mike, you want to give us an update on where we are?
Yep, so just a quick follow-up.
Let's start with the good news.
Yep, so just a quick follow-up from my email that I did send out to the board. In the amount of, I believe, right around 113,000 to offset the current 5 communities assessments back down to the FY 26 assessment figures. The only thing that was not included in this calculation was the property and liability insurance that we still have not received yet. We do have a meeting tomorrow, I believe at 10 a.m. to hopefully receive those numbers to factor those into the assessments. But currently, right now, your assessment was whatever FY 26 was, and there'll be probably just a slight increase to that to accommodate for the property and liability insurance. In regards, well, no, that's coming up next, so we'll take care of that. That's where we stand right now. So I should have final numbers, hopefully, for 5 communities tomorrow after 10 o'clock.
So I'm gonna jump, I know health insurance is down the line, but I'm gonna talk about it a little bit right now anyways. Do you guys currently offer an opt-out from the health insurance?
For the town of Rutland, they do have an opt-out. Yes.
And to continue that as we,
Do that into it? No.
so who do
At
you
the
guys get
moment.
health insurance through now? Is it like MMA or?
Right now, we're through Harvard Pilgrim with the town of Rutland. Moving forward, looks like that's going to change. Honestly.
So you're maintaining it with Rutland right now in the budget for the next year?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
Just right today we have. But we'll be getting them.
What's the
July
plan
1st?
for July.
That's part of this, for
Okay.
you guys to vote on the health
Yeah.
insurance plan. We've already spoken with the union and gone through that. They've selected a plan. It's actually cheaper than what we're actually paying now, so that'll be coming up in the next couple of agenda items.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of.
But yeah. Yeah, so it is, so doing the calculations and I think Nick George, the town treasurer for Rutland currently right now, who's handling a lot of the transitional process for us, could speak to it. There shouldn't be increases to the health insurance line due to what they've selected.
Any other questions about the FY27 budget? So I think that the only thing that I would want to just say is that once we get those health insurance, I'm sorry, not health insurance, once we get the property and casualty numbers, we'll have a final budgets and assessments will be going out for the 5 communities. And there'll be a small lag in cash flow for the town of Rutland. So, and then for the district. So I just want to put a plug in that if you could process those on your first available warrant, that would be slightly amazing. So just a small plug. Please do not put that in your August. Okay, Jim?
Yep, thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple comments. Number one, with regards to the property insurance and the time frame in which we would, potentially be getting that. I know Mike's been working on this, with Maya, very intensely the last couple days. When do you expect that we would have the finalized numbers for our budget? For assessments?
Tomorrow after 10 a.m.
Tomorrow after 10 a.m. Okay, so, and then with regards to Madam Chair, you had indicated, a lag in cash flow and wanting to get assessments out for the communities as quickly as possible. I can certainly, as soon as my budget is approved next month, come July 1, as long as I get a bill from the district, sometime in July, I can pay it out. So a lot of it in the past, I have had to ask for a bill in order to pay the assessment. We're more than willing to pay the assessment as soon as we get a bill. So if the district can provide me with a bill as quickly as possible, we can get you a check out as quickly as possible.
Great, thanks for that. Okay, so there's no motion for Article 6. Moving on to 7. This is a request for updated contact information. Mike, you want to?
Yep, so I'll send out the link again. So currently right now, as the only finance members that I have from the 11 communities, is Charlton and Oxford at the moment. For the administrative board, I have Oxford. And then from the operations, I have Rutland, Oxford, and Sturbridge. So if we could please, I'm going to send it out today. If we can have people send these out, especially for the finance, so that I can start involving the finance committee members from each communities to make sure that they all have their equal say with the budgeting process here. It'd be greatly appreciated, and it would provide me a little bit of support on that side as well. Same thing that goes for the administrative and operations. This entire list will be available to the entire all 3 boards for future in case anything's needed, as well as it'll help me too if I need to get a hold of certain people. I do have certain people's phone numbers, but I don't have everybody. So just sake, this would just be great to have. So just urge.
And I'll just make a note. When I went back to the district agreement because I was confused as to what was meant by the finance representative. I think I was under the impression that it was a finance committee
or, somebody from the community, but it is a treasurer or collector or, somebody on your staff. So just, which should make it easy for us as administrators to direct said staff person. Sorry, Nick, I know you're on. But that should hopefully make that process a little bit easier just to get that information to Mike. Any questions or comments or discussion on item 7?
I looked at it real quick and I accidentally put my finance director, not realizing that you already had it, so I gotta fill in the rest. I was like, you haven't gotten it yet? All right, let me put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, you already got it.
We're the best and the worst at the details, aren't we? Item 8 is union recognition clause, vote and approval. We will defer to Attorney Jenkins. For those of you that may not be familiar with Attorney Jenkins, he represents KP Law, and he is representing the district in its new capacity and its standalone. Hi, David.
Hi, nice to meet you all, and see some faces I haven't seen in a while. And
Hi,
getting a
Dave.
smile there. I'm David Jenkins. I am in labor and employment here at KP. Been here for about 25 years, and before that, I spent a similar amount of time representing unions. So pretty much all I do is labor and employment. I would suggest to you that this might be a matter that you want to discuss in executive session as part of contract negotiations. And obviously that's up to the members of the district. But my recommendation is if you have an agenda item that you move to executive session for this discussion.
No, we don't.
I mean, just for recognition of the union?
Yeah, so I'll keep it simple because if you're in open session, this is available to the public and would be available to the union. So usually the first step in negotiating a contract with the new group is to get a firm agreement on what the composition of the bargaining unit is. There is a procedure under Massachusetts law that sets up how a public employer may voluntarily recognize a union as the recognized union for a group. In talking with Michael, and Michael knows me because we've dealt on dispatch negotiations and matters for a number of years. It's important to nail down the group that you are dealing with. And my understanding was that the general philosophy was you were going to try to transplant as many of the prior terms and conditions of employment from the town side into the new collective bargaining agreement. So I have had discussions with Union Council. I have provided Michael with documents. The union, as all unions would like to do, would like to expand their membership. I have been getting some pushback on the issue of who should be in the bargaining unit. I believe that the union is hoping that there will be positions in addition to dispatch positions to be in the unit. And just from listening to your discussion this morning, it's possible that the union will be looking for this support service coordinator and others to be in the union. So you don't have a lot of time because this is all supposed to be operational July 1st. And I also understand that you have a subcommittee who is bargaining with the union. My recommendation would be, if you want, you can have the board members sign the draft agreement that I forwarded up to Michael earlier this week. Or you could take that draft agreement and discuss it with the union when you meet the next time. The draft agreement that I sent to the union basically cut and pasted the current unit description, which included only dispatches. And I proposed that as the unit description that would be in the agreement and eventually into your collective bargaining agreement. Any questions or?
So that, the document that he's talking about was sent out to all the board members, so they should all have that. That is labeled as agenda number 8 in the email that was sent out. That's that document there. Everybody has it here.
It includes the dispatch supervisors.
Yes, it does. Yep,
Yes, sir.
The,
that's what it currently is.
under the voluntary recognition agreement, and that like subparagraph before A, B, and C, it does say employees of the town. And then the voluntary recognition, it says employees of the districts, and make sure that that's consistent.
Yeah, we'll make that consistent.
Yes, it should all read district.
It's excluding employees of the town. And excluding all temporary, confidential, managerial, and all other employees of the town. Yeah.
That should read district.
Yeah, because we're. Yeah, technically, it's not under any
Yeah.
town.
I'm stuck in the town.
David, do you think it's worthwhile to have an executive session around this, or are you pretty firm on this language that you provided us?
No, I'm fine with the language that I provided. I do think that, do you folks meet once a month?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe you want to put a place saver on next month's agenda. And I will send Michael the appropriate language under the open meeting statute to allow you to discuss strategy in executive session. Because there may be other questions that come up regarding how you're going to integrate all this.
So you're comfortable with us moving forward with a vote to finalize the recognition process in its general form? And then we'll have an executive session for any discussions regarding strategy and how to move forward through that process once it's established.
Correct. Now,
Okay.
keep in mind also that the union may push back on any agreement that you either sign or propose because they want to grab those administrative positions that are going to be new and that are not in the union now.
Yeah, they're gonna be on our side of the table. Thanks.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve of the voluntary recognition of the union in the form provided. With the corrections to the district as well. Yeah.
All right, we'll do a roll call. This is a vote. Does everybody know? Does everybody understand the motion? Any concerns?
Yes.
Barry,
Aye.
Hubbardston? Ocam?
Aye.
Rutland? Aye. Warren?
Yes.
Auburn? Charlton?
Yes.
Oxford?
Yes.
Spencer?
Okay, Jeff on it.
That was from all.
It's just a wrong name on the signature line.
Okay.
Oh, no big deal.
but it just needs
Oh,
an eye.
aye, sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay.
We're having our own
No,
conversation.
no,
here.
no, that's okay. Sturbridge
Aye.
and Sutton just left the room. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you very much. Number 9 is an update on the health insurance. Mike, I'll let you and Nick take it from here.
Yep, we've reached out to, the Allura Group, who's an insurance broker, as well as, I'm not sure who Nick reached out to, do you know who that was?
Well, we had reached out to Maya, first. Maya, chose not to, quote, they are not taking on any new members. So then we went with, Ken Lombardi. We asked Ken, from NFP and Allure, to provide some guidance. We worked with NFP's, associate Tara, we all know Tara, who provided some quotes that were then brought to the union.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, so then, everything was provided to the union for their review. And collectively as the union selected the Blue Shield plan. On here somewhere. Yeah, which, with rough predictions that, Nick George put together for us, the entire group, it'd come around 130,000, for, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, plan. Currently, right now, sticking with Harvard Pilgrim, that would have been around 136,000. Currently, right now, 141,000, sorry.
That's total cost.
Total cost for health insurance, yes.
And this is a deviation from the plan that is offered by the town of Rutland. So, Rutland, is insured through Harvard Pilgrim. So this is a different provider. Surprised that they went this way, but
And what's the percentage breakout between the town and employees?
75-25.
Is that what we're gonna proceed?
Does membership numbers play into those costs?
Yes.
Okay, so if we did opt or an opt out, that could potentially raise our costs.
Nick is the expert.
Hi.
Nick, are you available? I see a question mark over your
I'm
icon.
muted.
So that's that's a question. David, do you have a thought on whether or not if the town, now I'm thinking town, if the district was to offer an opt-out clause, do you have a sense as to how that might impact bottom line?
I don't have information regarding the financial impact of that. I do know that many communities offer an opt-out alternative. It is a matter that would have to be negotiated with the union. Typically, there's one rate for an individual plan and another payment rate for a family plan. It's commonly done with the thought that offering that alternative may save
I don't
money.
think so. I don't think it's too heavy. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's a family plan with this program? Total cost for us?
Can everybody see Nick's
Yeah.
chat? Nick, what's a family plan? $19.74.
For the year?
Is that a
monthly,
And
so.
then you do the seven.
And the reason I bring this up, if we offered $5,000 for people to opt out, you know, we're saving another 5 on the other end. Now they have to be able to provide health insurance, it's like their spouse or some other
Right.
way.
But does that hold? Because we just had that with our employees, like a clause to sign off that they were gonna work more than 20 hours, but they don't, but it said at the bottom, and we got it from KP, that if it were to change, they would still be eligible for insurance. So,
So they'd have to come in during open enrollment, they'd still be able to come back, so it'd have to be a yearly thing that we do. But I'm just saying the cost savings could add up for us.
Yeah.
We did it, Spencer, not
Okay.
too long ago, like, hey, save us like 20 grand, don't take our health insurance, but here's 5 grand on your end. It wasn't 20 grand.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe this is, recommendation that we put out CMC union negotiations.
Yeah, I
As
just,
a
it's,
strategy.
it's
Yeah.
worth looking at,
Yeah.
you know, if it saves us money especially. And
Sure.
people like cash in their pocket.
Is this, is this proposal based off of a larger trust group or are these individually rated?
This is as.
Okay.
Did NFP make any recommendations to join maybe a smaller regional group like Central Mass or any of the kind of the, well, there's a few, I think, in the area.
As strategic.
Yeah, Mass Strategic, yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking at,
Maya, I know.
Mayflower, insurance group. It's, close down the, South Shore. Their rates are a lot. But, I think their increase over the last few years, was, roughly between 3 and 5% over the last 5 years. So their increases have been, reduced a lot. So we are looking to get into that group. It is a larger buy-in power. If we can get into there, but we missed open enrollment for them. But they do have us on their radar for next year. So this is kind of like a bridge.
Yeah.
Currently right now.
And do you plan on continue working with NFP as your? I recommend it.
We can, yes. Yeah.
So you mentioned that negotiations, you let them choose. Like, how did this play out in negotiations?
Not negotiations. We provided them the information as a group for them to come back and give us what their preference. So I'm bringing their preference to the board. This is their preference, almost like an insurance advisory committee.
You said 75-25 was decided, so again, to me, that's a negotiable item.
True, yeah. We kept, so what we did was, through this process, I think we had discussions, across board members that we would keep the coverage the same for the employees.
I know, but they should be acknowledging this as a concession, like, hey, we
Sure.
gave them this.
Yep.
This is gonna play out as we pursue negotiations.
Yep.
We have taken them, they're gonna win.
Yeah,
I would.
right. Yeah.
Can I jump in with a question on that since Dave's here? We say it's a term of negotiation, but there's no law that says we have to put the percentage into a contract, right, Dave? I mean, we don't have a percentage in Sturbridge in the contract. It's what the town gives.
Right, it varies from town to town, Robin. Some towns have the percentage in the contract, some do not. And it's just a matter of how the negotiations go at the table.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to have it in there because you could run into a situation where they could try to negotiate that we're paying 35%. And then, Mike and Elizabeth are still stuck at 25. Our non-unions are at 25%. So
Right.
once you put it in the contract, it's fair game.
Right. Well, that would go for every benefit. If you
Right.
can keep it out of the contract, you're better. I would
Right.
say though, Robin, as you know, under chapter 150E, health insurance is a mandatory subject to bargaining. So you as the district would not be free to unilaterally change that percentage
Right.
rate, even
Right.
though it's not in the contract.
But if it's currently at 25% and we continue to keep it at 25%, right, if we wanted to go up to 35, we'd have to impact or whatever the process would be at that point. But I just think we're better off keeping it out of a contract if we can. I mean, I understand vacation, all those benefits are gonna go in. But healthcare is just so volatile right now. I don't know. just be something, just food for thought. I know we're in open session, so.
I'm just, Robin, my only point is the union can always bring it up for negotiations.
Yep.
Like, they can choose to try to put it in the contract, and if we're giving them away and we're not making them negotiate for it at any level, if we don't want to put it in the contract, it should be considered at some level.
And again, I hear you, but as I'm thinking that we are on an open meeting,
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
it didn't even dawn on me until I started talking that maybe we should just, wait till we're in a negotiations meeting or an executive session.
Are there any changes to plan design from what they currently have, or is this a mirror to their current plan design?
Nick, can you answer that? Isn't their plan mirror, or is it a change to the plans moving to Blue Cross? I think it was mirrored.
Okay, sure. All right, yeah, I just wanted to see whether or not there's an obligation to cost share.
There was some changes, but it didn't look like too much.
Okay.
All the dots.
Nick is typing.
It's like it adds a whole nother layer of complexity going from the town to the district, whether or not there's any sort of like
Yeah.
requirement to bargain. Beyond my, knowledge, but
The deductibles and copays that employees will need to be notified about. Unfortunately, BCPS would not mirror the exact same structure.
so you may want to just check with NFP and see whether or not there's any obligation to cost share the savings.
So current
You need to vote on
employees are
that?
gonna see changes to their plan, even though they're now in a different group realistically, once we recognize them differently, but they are going to see changes. So that's kind of weird, David, too, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were provided all the changes as well, what they currently have for, I think the sheet that I sent you, I believe had all the changes
Yep.
in there, in the requirements. So they are aware of what's gonna be changing, deductibles and all the copays. They're aware of it. As a group, they unanimously selected this carrier as their choice. So they are aware of all the changes that are forthcoming.
Okay, but so they did select, they have had some type of a vote or a body consensus.
Yes, yeah, they had a union meeting vote for it.
Where there's only one, I guess, one employee group. It's a slightly different model than what we look at as our insurance advisory
Right,
committee. But we still went through the formal process of having a meeting and having a discussion, and NFP was present. Review those changes with the employee group. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Take the motion, actually, I don't think we had a motion on the table. So the motion, we would insert the provider's name, the motion to approve Blue Cross Blue Shield as the district's FY 2027 healthcare provider.
Make that motion.
Thank you. We've had discussion, we'll move. to roll
Madam
call
Chair? Madam Chair? Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, on Blue Cross Blue Shield, I mean, we don't have a finalized agreement with them. What happens if they fall through and we're voting on this now?
This is the next step for enrollment, so there was advised that we need to select a healthcare provider and then work with Allura Group to start the enrollment for the employees. Nick, can you?
Well, I think that part of our district agreement or a part of that contract would have to include that we offer health insurance, offer group and health insurance. This would be a vote to make sure that we can honor that in the contract.
Okay, so this is not selecting a company?
Yeah, no, it's selecting Blue Cross. It's honoring their request to select Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Whose request?
the district employee membership.
Okay,
Who met with NFP to review all of the options available to them and made the decision that they wanted to move forward with Blue Cross Blue Shield. David, am I saying that correctly?
Well,
It's the first establishment of a.
yeah, I think the idea is right. You know, the problem you all have is that you need something in place by July 1st. And July 1st, you know, in my business, like the day after tomorrow at this point. So if I could suggest, I think what the town administrator is suggesting is maybe a motion to authorize the director and his staff to pursue the Blue Cross Blue Shield alternative as a health insurance plan, and to authorize the bargaining committee that you've organized to negotiate the details with the union.
correct.
Yeah,
And my motion to exactly what he said.
What David said.
Second.
We have a second to the amendment.
Eric.
Okay, great. Any discussion on the amended motion? Thank you, David. Hearing none, roll call vote. Barry,
Aye.
Hubbardston. Ocam. Rutland, I. Warren,
Yes,
Fern. Still not present. Charlton.
Aye.
Oxford.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Bridge.
Yes.
And Sutton.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Moving on. This is a lengthy. Thank goodness for the script. Review the draft policy for complaint intake, investigation, and resolution policy. I think that this is just a something to begin the process.
Yep, so again, just to set forth another policy within the district, as nothing is set in place currently right now, to how it's going to handle complaints from board members, district employees, members of the public, and how that process pans out. It's structured, so this is a draft. Again, we don't have to vote on anything on this today. It's just open for any kind of discussion, any changes that you guys may see. Go from there.
So through the chair, I've got a couple of things. One, I think the entire board needs to be notified of any disciplinary action. I'm not gonna get into how dispatchers are disciplined, but I do think we need to be notified of that. In terms, because a lot of it says the chair. Yep. Chair.
Sure.
2, was this reviewed by legal? I think
That's gonna be done. That was.
I think that needs to be done as well.
Yep.
And then in terms of like the main structure of, you know, who's responsible for what, I feel like kind of what we do, if we wanted to override a vote from our town administrator, we need a 4/5 vote, basically, of the board. So while I think we should have something similar along those lines, it shouldn't be easy to overrule the decision made, but I think it should be possible from the board perspective.
Yep.
And then lastly, blanket. This should be kind of a 2 separate policies for personnel issues versus like operational issues, because if we're having complaints on the operations side, I want the operations to weigh in on that, because obviously between you guys and them, you're the professionals in your skill sets.
Yep.
And I think that would be an important aspect.
As far as dispatcher complaints, we already have like policies in place for how those things are handled that the dispatch team's already signed off on. So I'm not sure if notifying
No,
everybody.
he's just talking about when we do discipline someone that
Okay.
instead of your chair, we by the entire board.
What level of discipline? Every level of discipline, does the whole board need to be notified?
Yeah, I think there's definitely, we're gonna have to level that somewhere, because I don't need to know about somebody shut up. Like, I don't,
Yeah, like
Right.
we-
that's not my lane.
There's a lot of like small complaints that
Yeah.
are unfounded
It's the
or, you
bigger
know, even
things.
if it's like a verbal. I just feel like we're opening up a door for them because, you know, we already have those procedures in place and it kind of ends with us handling it. So to bring it back to everyone, you could, especially on the operations side, but you're gonna put people out there for everybody to see. And then complaints could come in just because they heard that complaint already came in. And that's my fear. Like, I don't want them to feel like now they have a target on their back because everybody knows about something petty that happened.
No, I don't need to know about stuff. It's any, you would know better than I would on how to like level those out and like what would be appropriate.
Sure.
Again,
And I think if someone was suspended, that's a big deal, but I mean,
Yeah,
we
whether or
have a
not verbal
whole
written is.
disciplinary, yeah.
So, like,
thing.
Or when we
like
get
a third offense or something, or something rising to the level of suspension. Again, you guys can use I'm willing to have language, you guys have discretion,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be left in the dark.
No, I mean, I get it. I don't know. what the
Writing up
fine
every employee, like, for whatever reason, like, that would be an organizational problem I need to know about, you
Right.
know, if my.
Which I don't disagree with. I just feel like, you know, they've already there's already a whole structure for them. So we might get pushback on that, saying that we're gonna be bringing, because we've had people that, like, we have remedial training, we have, you know, you're written, you're, you know, kind of not written, but we have it all. And some people are talked to for the same thing, but that's when they go back to remedial training. So I'm nervous to bring that to everybody.
So my suggestion is, since we were asking that legal review this policy, that we also ask for a legal recommendation as to what level, what threshold is appropriate for this board to be notified. And we can certainly provide legal with the existing policies so that we make sure that there's no conflict.
Just get concerned about even the means by which that information is shared, because
Right.
then if it's to all board members, it becomes public record.
Right. So as part of our legal review.
But
Don't even
I'm
know it would
very
be-
careful
yeah.
about sharing stuff.
I
by
did, like,
I get it.
I think for like management side,
Yes.
that 100% makes sense, but it makes me nervous with the operational side because, you know, every little mistake gets critiqued because they're on the air 24/7. So, you know, and it just takes that one department to just, again, it could be unfounded, it could be something that, you know, it didn't happen, but to bring it out for everyone, like, they could complain 3 times and now we have to tell everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm saying where it reaches the level of discipline. So where you guys have actually initiated discipline, not just a complaint.
Yeah, so and again, we have like the progressive discipline for them, so that's where I just don't know what.
But I think town council.
Yeah.
It's just my thoughts.
Any other suggestions or changes?
This. Yeah, without going through the detail,
Yeah.
you know, if say a concern is brought to a individual board member, you know, essentially ensuring that they know to direct it to the appropriate individual rather than waiting for
So,
a
yeah.
board meeting and bringing it up to make sure that they know if it comes to say, hey, police chief, fire chief, town administrator, that they know where to appropriately direct.
Yeah, so hopefully, with this grant, if the support service coordinator position does get, approved, that is that point person, that's the initial contact. Funnel to that person, and then go from there, where it's dispersed to, whether it's dispersed to the chair of the board or to myself, for investigation. Someone else?
Jim's got a question.
Hi, thanks, Madam Chair. Just not a question, but a comment. you know, I think because we're such a large board and the board may continue to grow as additional communities come on, I would like to, you know, make a suggestion to the board for consideration that, you know, kind of similar to what we've done with negotiations for contracts, that if we maybe have a 3-member subcommittee that can vet and that can meet in executive session and that can talk about, work with the management team to vet complaints, concerns, do investigations and work on those types of HR issues. I think that would be appropriate, in that if a board member has concerns that may not be on the committee, they could, you know, discuss that with the, you know, if you want to call it a personnel board or whatever, you know, so that they could get information as well. I just think it works a lot better when you're dealing with a smaller number of people versus a larger group. You know, it's easier to get stuff done.
I think it's a good idea, Jim, honestly.
agree.
That's probably the way to handle it.
I'm sorry?
We all agree. All. the
Oh,
board
okay.
members are-
All right. All right.
both members are agreeing here, and I will forward all these recommendations with this policy, with existing policies, to David Jenkins for a review and legal recommendation on top of that.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this item? And if not, we'll bring it back for a final review at the next meeting. Number 8, union oh, wait a minute.
11.
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Building committee establishment.
So we talked about this at our last joint meeting. So
Wait,
just
Michael,
started-
before you begin, can I just ask, do you need me for the rest of the meeting? Or should I save you some money?
I think you're good.
Thank you,
I'm
David.
always watching for you, Michael.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you.
Nick, yeah, you too.
Yep.
Thanks, Nick. He just messaged me that he's got things he needs to be doing. He says, if I'm gonna get the rest of your list.
All right.
Okay, so building committee establishment.
Yep, so at our last meeting, we talked about forming a building committee. So starting at the administration who runs the district. So we'll start from here and then funnel it down on how we want that building committee to look like. So brought it here as an agenda item so we can speak about that and start moving forward.
Do you have a suggestion for composition?
I'm open for, obviously, as town administrators and officials for towns, you have a lot more knowledge than I do with this kind of process. So I'm open for as many as you guys want.
You're building right now.
Yeah.
Building.
Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of it is to have that smaller operations committee, or, you know, kind of like that day-to-day building part of it. The general building committee once a month, which just kind of approves it, you know, approves the invoices, kind of make sure the project's staying on track. I think for this, you probably just 2 from each discipline to represent.
So 6 from you guys. and-
Yeah, then, you know,
So what you mean, like 2 fire chiefs, 2 police chiefs, and then 2 from the administrative board?
What about the finance team? About the finance committee? Once, if
to you, but I,
we ever get one up,
yeah, I don't know if you really need it.
just asking.
I'm down with that.
And that,
What
and
about
that
someone
kind
from
of
the
gives,
employee?
That's what I was thinking too, is, do we wanna, from the union? You know, it's as an advisory position, you know, just a,
I would rely on you more to represent the dispatchers and what this building needs from a dispatch perspective. That's my opinion. You know, if you want to do like you and Liz, but you guys go hand in hand anyway, so I assume you guys.
tier one.
It's good, it's good. So, I mean, that's my opinion. I'm not totally against it, but I think it would be awkward, especially given we have contract negotiations and everything else going on.
Well, if you have 6, you need it.
right,
I do have.
Oh, so
I I do have another suggestion as well to add to that. We do have an operations chief that we will be hiring once this is open. Myself and Liz would like to reach out as an internal posting currently right now, just to gain the interest of the 11 communities, all the current employees, to see if there's any interest in applying for that position. Again, kind of,
Is it posted yet?
it's not posted. That's why I'm kind of asking for the guidance here, trying to figure out if this is the right route we should do. But kind of getting that out there and trying to figure out where that is. And do we kind of go through the motion of doing the vetting, you know, finding who that person is, and having a temporary conditional offer with everything, making sure that everything moves forward, just to have that person a part of this process moving forward, because the operations chief is going to be a big part of this project. They are running day-to-day floor operations of this center. That's not us. We're more the administrative side of it. We're going to be leaning on that person to manage all those employees, the systems within the center as well. So I think having that person on board, if we have it internally now, is just going to be a benefit in the long run moving forward. So not sure if that person should be,
Are they built into the budget yet?
not
Are they built into the budget?
yet, no.
I mean, I'm not super against it. Like, obviously, once they come on board, I think they're gonna be a critical. I'm like the only one talking.
but you're doing a
Well,
good.
they can still attend them.
Yeah,
I mean,
Right, right.
As a staff. liaison.
I think they're all
You may
public
very well
anyways.
may have your other staff.
I mean, I'm fine. So we can just put them in there preemptively.
How many people do you want to hold the boat?
Yeah,
Right, that person. will
We need
just be
one more then.
advisory, not as a vote, you know what I mean? Could just be that operation could just be an advisory, not a vote in position.
okay, yeah, that works.
Does that work?
Ex officio. Perfect. I'll make that motion to form the building committee with 2 fire representatives, 2 police representatives, 2 administrative board representatives, and the director. With the ex officio operations manager when they come online.
Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll roll call vote. Barry,
Aye.
Hubbardston, Camp,
Aye.
Rutland, I, Warren,
Yes.
Auburn, Charlton.
Aye.
Oxford.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Sturbridge
Aye.
and Sutton.
I, with a question as well. So will this committee also be acting alongside you as the RFP?
Correct.
And awarding?
Yes. Yep. Do we want to, can we select those members now, or does that have to be a next meeting?
You may just want to solicit.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
And would another function of this group be to, if we get to when we need an construction, an OPM,
Yeah.
would that person, would this group be in charge of that also?
Site selection, OEM.
All of that?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
The more we can delegate that group, the better.
Yep.
Great.
Andrew's on the committee.
I think we're at old business. Does anybody have any old business? Anything that has been keeping anybody up at night that they want to bring forward?
I just have a question. Can you just give us an update on where the grant's at and the application process and all that? I know there's probably not
Sure.
much, but
Yep, like you just said, there is not much. Grant process, it has been submitted into the state. Currently, right now, we're in that holding period, waiting for the grant awards to come out, which again is the last week of June usually. I don't know if that's gonna change this year due to the fact that they extended the application period, I think 2 weeks this year for the first time. So not sure if that's gonna affect that date, but annually, it's been the last week of June. So as soon as we get that award, we can start moving forward July 1 with that contract, which has everything built into it, architect, OPM, inspection of the property and all that, and quite a bit more into there. I think roughly the grant amount was roughly around, I think, $5 or $6 million that we submitted for. So a lot of that is for transitional stuff too, to get the other communities ready for transition as well, whether that's being the kiosks that can be installed into the lobbies, the virtual AI assistant to assist, and as well as the 5 current communities. That's a new option too. So we'll have all those options available as well. So there's a lot of transitional costs in there. So that's currently where we stand right now with that. And I will, I'll try to provide weekly or bi-weekly updates regarding that. If any new information comes out, I'll start to inform the board and let you know where we stand.
Public comment? Hearing none. Nick, I'll do. Have a motion to move into executive session, not to adjourn the public session.
make a motion to enter executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 21A1, to discuss the reputation and character of individuals regarding the complaint involving a member of the operations board and the executive director, as an open session may have a detrimental effect on the privacy rights of the individuals involved. This chair declares the discussion is in open session may have a detrimental effect on the privacy rights of the individuals involved. You declare?
I do declare.
Roll call vote, right? Yeah.
We'll cover, and the board will not
Not reconvene.
open second. Roll call vote, Barry,
Aye.
Robertson, Ocam,
Yes.
Rutland, yes. Warren,
Yes.
Auburn, no. Charlton.
Aye.
Oxford,
Yes.
Spencer.
Aye.
Sturbridge,
Aye.
Sutton.
Yes.
Right, we are in executive session.
1 second, wait,
Yeah.
so is this recorded too?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.